Hello, patrons and future patrons. All right, let's talk about this. Oh my gosh, this ties right into, how we're learning that, the Matrix, it loved money, not people. And it's really intriguing because it's like we talked about in one of our YouTube live streams. We break that down. We talk more about it because it's just becomes more noticeable how people get treated. It's the game of narcissism. Really, the game of narcissism in action, 100%, because you see how people are treated based on how much money they have or how much money they spend. More specifically, I want to be clear here. It does not necessarily matter how much money you have. No, it's how much you will spend. And I'm going to give you all a real world example here because I have stayed in. See, I am a member of one of the hotel membership rewards thingy, okay? I'm not going to name names, but it doesn't matter, okay? There's different ones out here. You have your Marriotts, you have your Wyndhams, you have your Choice, you have others, okay? You have other hotel chains that offer privilege rewards points if you become a member and you book a stay through them at one of their hotels, okay? So when you do that, you typically can save a few percent, a little bit here and there, right? A few percent, a few dollars, okay? A little bit of percentages off, like a couple, 2%, 3%, something like that. It depends on the hotel, and it also depends on the time of year. We do know that. But I'll tell you that if you book through there, and I've got the experience, and I was like, oh, that makes all the sense in the world, because God told me, He was like, yeah, honey child, no, this world has the love of money, the root of all evil. So when you find yourself in a not so desirable room, when you book just for, let's say, 3 nights, okay, if you book for just 3 nights, and then somebody else books for 7 nights, well, the 7 nights, they're spending more money. So they're going to get a nicer room than what you're going to get for booking for 3 nights. Ding, 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 ding. Now, I'm not saying that all hotels operate that way, but I have had that experience now so far. And I said, what's the difference between when I booked for 3 nights through the membership there and then 7 nights in this place? And the 7-night one gave me a much better room than the 3-night one. That's the only answer I got, is because the more money you spend, the nicer the room you get. Food for thought.